it was a delight to kind of watch sections of the film again. I want you to say a little bit about where the film came from, the idea of the film, this idea of bad hair, pelo malo. I wonder if there was a personal dimension to it, and how you developed the idea for the film.
Bueno, son dos cosas. Por un lado, en Venezuela somos muy mezclados racialmente, y mi mamá tiene pelo malo, entonces conozco muy de cerca la situación, y mis primos tienen pelos malos, y a veces yo también tengo pelo malo. Depende del día. Creo que es algo que nos resulta muy cotidiano a nosotros los venezolanos, y creo que en general el Caribe, el tener pelo malo.
Mariana is just explaining that there's a couple of things that she'd like to talk about. The first one is that in Venezuela there's a lot of mixed race basically, and her mom, Mariana's mom, had bad hair, and then she knows a lot of people who have bad hair, and her cousins have bad hair, and sometimes depending on the day, Mariana may or may not have bad hair as well. So that's something that she's very familiar with.
Y para mí era algo que nos resultaba muy común a todos los venezolanos. No necesariamente tienes que tener pelo malo para entenderlo, pero que todos sabemos de qué estamos hablando, y a todos nos es común la idea del pelo malo, ¿no? Y eso me servía a mí para nuclear muchas historias o muchas anécdotas o muchas miradas de amigos míos que he visto en la vida, ¿no? Y como que buscaba algo que pudiera englobar ese mundo de miradas, porque para mí es una película sobre la mirada. Es cómo miras al otro, cómo el otro te mira a ti, y finalmente como el espectador, porque creo que deja un espacio libre para que el espectador también mire y decida dónde ubicarse dentro de la historia.
Mariana's saying that you don't need to have bad hair to understand what it means to have bad hair in Venezuela. It's something that most people are familiar with, and it's kind of an everyday situation. And she found that this was a good way to tell the story, which is a story about looks, about how people, she's just kind of recalling what people look like and how people look at people who have bad hair. And it's indeed a story about looks and how people look at, in this case, the kid with bad hair, and it encompasses almost a world. And Mariana's highlighting the idea of look because it's an important idea in the film, the way that people look at each other, and in the end, the way that the viewer looks at the film as well, and how you position yourself as a viewer in this world of looks.
It's also a film, I think, about identity, somebody trying to find their place in the world, and the ways in which one is asked to conform, even if one doesn't want to conform.
Sí, creo que sobre todo es una película sobre el momento para pelear, porque creo que es una gran lucha, no sé si es una pelea, pero es una gran lucha o cuando es el momento de cuando todavía no has perdido la batalla, ¿no? A veces soy bastante pesimista, y creo que aquí estoy contando la pérdida de una de las batallas, ¿no? Pero creo que es el momento de la infancia donde tienes que dar una primera batalla. He proyectado la película en distintos lugares, y la película para mucha gente ha tratado de cosas distintas, pero siempre de lo mismo, de dar esa batalla por un lugar en el mundo.
Mariana is explaining that it is a film that is encapsulating a moment. It's a moment of fight. It's a big fight, And in this case, it's a moment where the fight has been lost. It's a lost battle. She's saying that sometimes she's a bit pessimistic, and this is a battle that is being lost. And it's precisely a battle in this moment in childhood where you have to fight, and that's the moment that is being depicted here. Mariana is saying that she's projected this film in many different places, and there have been many different kind of interpretations about it, but this is the idea of the film, the moment that it's being depicted here.
Digo, las distintas interpretaciones es que para alguna gente norteamericana era una película sobre el racismo, para otra gente de repente más latinoamericana una película sobre la política, para otra gente era sobre la homofobia, pero creo que es un poquito de todo, pero sobre todo lo que dijiste ahora es sobre luchar por un lugar en el mundo, ¿no? Por marcar tus diferencias, lo que eres, ¿no? O lo que quisieras ser.
Depending on the people who've seen the film and depending on where they are from, they've interpreted it in a different way. In North America, they saw more of a film about racism. In Latin America, they saw it with a bit of a political reading view of it. Or in other places, they focus on the homophobic side of it. But really, it's a film about the fight to find a place in the world where you are and where you'd like to be.
Before I open things up to you, tell me a little bit about the casting, because I think one of the things that makes the film so wonderful is your performers. You have a quartet of just wonderful, wonderful actors. The actor who plays Junior, of course, but also his mother. That's a very difficult role, and it would be so easy to make that role a figure that an audience couldn't identify with, and actually you avoid judging her. And also the grandmother and Junior's friend, who I love her. I think she's great. I want to take her home with me. So tell me, and maybe this is a nice time to bring in Marita as well, who I know has been involved in the film since the beginning. So perhaps both of you could talk a little bit about the casting, and also the film's editor, talk a little bit about the casting process, because I do think the performances are just wonderful.
Son todos debutantes en cine, ninguno había hecho cine antes. Solo la madre es actriz, ha hecho teatro, pero casi no había hecho personajes humanos, había hecho árbol, perro. Creo que es buena en lo de humano, pero no se le había dado la posibilidad. Y el trabajo con ellos fue muy emocionante porque eran largas jornadas de improvisación.
None of the actors were professionals. This is their debut for all of them, except for the mother, who'd been in the theatre. She'd been acting, but not as a human being, mostly as a tree and as a dog. But as you can see, she's very good at being a human being as well. It was a very exciting kind of work that they were doing, and mostly improvising.
Yo decidí trabajar con ellos haciendo improvisaciones. Durábamos creo que 2 horas seguidos, todos juntos, aunque hubiese personajes que no se juntaban, porque la abuela no se juntaba nunca con la vecinita. Sin embargo, la niña era muy efectiva, volándole los nervios a todos, entonces era muy eficiente para ensayar con el resto. Y yo lo que hacía un poco era, qué sé yo, un ensayo era preparar la Navidad, el 24 de diciembre, y juntar a una familia a preparar el 24 de diciembre, y yo rotaba algo que llamábamos el poder entre cada uno de los personajes, y en secreto les daba, aunque fuera una improvisación corrida de 2 horas, yo les iba dando como indicaciones por el camino y ellos iban como cambiando toda la situación. Y esto fue muy bonito porque lo fue haciendo crecer a cada uno en simultáneo con el otro. Al trabajar con adultos y niños, lo complejo es que el adulto no subestime al niño, y sobre todo más complejo aún que el niño no subestime al adulto, ¿no?
It was an improvisational kind of work. So for 2 hours they would just be there together and improvising this kind of 2-hour improvisation. Not all of them were always together. So for example, the grandmother wouldn't be together with the neighbor, but many of them would be. The girl was usually driving everyone crazy in the improvisation. So one of the exercises that they would do is they would just gather round as a family, and they would prepare, for example, Christmas, the 24th of December, and they would just be together. Then what Mariana calls a power would be rotating, so it would be passing on from one to another, and they would receive some indications for this kind of 2-hour exercises. And the situation would be changing slowly, and the actors would be growing simultaneously. So Marina is saying that it was very important that the kids don't kind of underestimate the adults, and the adults don't underestimate the kids when they were doing this exercise.
Por ejemplo, ese día de esa improvisación del 24 de diciembre surgió la escena del baile de Porque me da la gana, donde hay un baile y hay una lucha, y muchas de las cosas se las tomé a los actores y las introduje dentro de la película, y un poco porque este tipo de improvisaciones me servía para que los actores dejaran de ser Samantha, Samuel, María Emilia y Nelly y se convirtieran en esos personajes tan fuertes y duros para enfrentarse, ¿no? Tuve que entrenarlos en la violencia. No, ninguno de ellos era así de violento.
This rehearsal, for example, the one that was the improvisation around that date, the 24th of December, the Christmas one, Mariana got them all to dance, and that's when they started dancing this, and they came up with this because I feel like it, the kind of dance which we saw in the film. And then Mariana used that bit for the film, which was very useful to help them stop being actors and become the characters that they had to be in the film. And that's how they, little by little, they became the characters, and they acquired this strength and this harshness, and that's when Mariana said that she had to train them in kind of more like violent acting, which is a very important part of the character, which they did not necessarily have before.
And Marita, tell me a little bit about because obviously you have a really interesting working relationship, that you produce each other's films. So Mariana will produce yours, you will produce hers, and you've edited this film. Tell us a little bit about your working process, both in this film and previously.
I think the secret is that what we do is like a creative production. I'm going to speak in Spanish, but que nos basamos más bien en esto de la producción creativa y de ver exactamente qué es lo que necesita cada película en concreto. Pelo Malo, lo que necesitaba durante el tiempo de rodaje era el tiempo específico para que se diera esta relación ya creada en las improvisaciones, donde los actores volvieran a sentirse con esa comodidad, para sentir ese momento genuino en que pasan a ser el otro.
The process that Marita is talking about is a process of creative production, which means that they have to wonder, they have to stop and think what the film really needs, and in this case they established that the film needed time. It's time for the relationships to be developed between the characters, those relationships that were created around this improvisation moments, and it was very important that that could be portrayed in the film, so that was the time that they needed, and that was the reason why they needed it.
So in the budget there were a lot of things sacrificed in order to have the time enough to work for the actors that were the main staff.
Before I open things out to the audience, I just have to ask you about that song, Mi Limón, Mi Limonero, which when I first saw the film, I couldn't get out of my head, and I still find myself humming it. Tell me about because I think it's an extraordinary song. Tell me about where you found the song and how you decided to use it in the film.
Yo aprendí a bailar con Mi Limón, Mi Limonero. No hay otra explicación.
I have to translate this now because you need to all know this now. She learned to dance to that song, Mi Limón, Mi Limonero.
Bailé siempre muy mal, pero Mi Limón, Mi Limonero muy bien.
Mariana is saying that she can't really dance, but that song she can dance, yeah.
Originalmente es una canción brasilera Eso lo descubrí cuando tuve que pagar los derechos. Siempre creí que era venezolana. Luego la adaptó un venezolano y la hizo muy famosa y la llevó a España y también donde fue un gran éxito. Y de hecho el traje que usa el niño lo sacamos de un video de televisión española. O sea, hicimos todo un trabajo de investigarlo a él tal cual como en su momento bailaba y se vestía, ¿no? Henry Stephen, el que compuso la Henry Stephen.
Mariana saying that, well, this song, she always thought that it was a song from Venezuela, but it's actually a song from Brazil, which she discovered when she had to pay the copyright for the song. So then that song was adapted in Venezuela, and it became very famous, and also it became a hit in Spain. So the suit, the dress that has been that the kid has there is actually one that the singer was wearing on Spanish TV when it was being sung there, and that's part of the research that Mariana did, and Henry Stephen, right? So he was the one who was singing it.
Yeah.
So Henry Stephen is the singer of the song.
Let me open things up to the audience. Does anybody have a question for Mariana or Marite? Anyone else? Yeah, we have somebody here? We've got a mic.
Yeah.
So. They might not be able to hear you.
Yeah, where did you find the kid? Where did he come from? Simple question.
Lo conozco desde pequeño porque su mamá trabaja conmigo. Fue el primero que hizo casting. Como yo creo que la vida es muy difícil, seguí buscando 50 más hasta que volví otra vez a él porque era el mejor.
Mariana knew the kid before because Mariana works with the kid's mum, and he was the first to be cast from the very beginning, the first who did the rehearsal. But Mariana says life is difficult, so she tested, and she cast 50 more people, 50 more kids, and then went back to the first one, the kid.
But you knew that he was the one eventually because, yeah, he was so good.
Después lo torturé. Después que lo conseguí, lo torturé. Trabajé con él 2 meses más haciendo casting a otros niños, pero fue una especie de ensayo también, porque quería saber si él iba a aguantar la presión de filmar tanto tiempo, que era muy fuerte, él está casi todos los planos, pero no le había dicho que él era, sino que él seguía compitiendo con otros niños y tiene un espíritu de competencia feroz. Y todos los días decía, esta vez iba a ser mío el papel, esta vez iba a ser mío el papel. Y fue creciendo en el camino muchísimo. Era muy bueno, pero fue creciendo mucho más al sentir que tenía que competir con otro para ganar el papel.
Mariana is saying that she really tortured this kid because for 2 months there was more casting for the other actors, and she was testing him. She was testing his patience. Because at the end of the day he had to be in almost every single shot in the film. So it was very important for him to have this endurance. And Mariana never told him that he was going to be the one who was chosen. So he kept competing with the rest of the kids that were being cast, and that was also very useful because then he kept growing and he kept getting better as an actor as he was competing.
Time for another question. Does anybody have anything they would like to ask? Yes, lady. Just there, yeah. Just there.
As this may be a very first world view, but to what extent is a film also about something else, not just family relations? I thought, to what extent is it about a very kind of modern kind of poverty based on job insecurity and the way that distorts family relations?
Sí, hay un contexto donde viven ellos. Estos no son los barrios más pobres de Venezuela. Esto es una clase media donde hay una gran cantidad de personas que son profesionales o están tratando de ser profesionales, que estudian en la universidad. Pero sí hay un contexto de una violencia dura. Ese audio de balas que hay cerca existe en Caracas, y hay otra violencia que para mí también es igual de fuerte, que es la de esas calles, ese sonido, ese tráfico, esa dura sobrevivencia, esas largas filas para tomar un bus. Creo que esa también es una violencia cotidiana que se nos hace como común, pero que sigue siendo una violencia, ¿no? Para todo ser humano, creo.
So yeah, the context is very important, the context of the film, the context where they live, the fact that this may not be the poorest area in Venezuela. It's more of a middle class kind of area where you have middle class people who are professionals or trying to be professionals, who may be going to university. But there is a harshness there. There's violence as well. You can see that in the audio with some of the bullets that you can hear, some of the shots. But that is a real place in Caracas, and there's also a different kind of violence that Mariana is referring to, which is the violence of the streets, the everyday noises of the traffic, and the fight to survive. And that's a violence that they all know, and that it's also very hard.
Esos edificios también son para mí un espacio como muy simbólico, porque son la herencia de lo que fue el arquitecto francés Le Corbusier, con las ciudades utópicas, proletarias, y un poco para mí es tratar de conversar con la simbología de las utopías, ¿no? Y ¿qué ha pasado con las utopías, no?
Another important aspect are the buildings as well, and there's a symbolic aspect as well. There are some remains of what is the style of Le Corbusier, the French architect, and his utopic style, the utopic style of the proletarian cities. And there is this kind of dialogue being established there in the film of the symbolism of this kind of style as well, and what it's all come to.
Very quickly, final question, very quickly.
Hello. Yo quería justamente preguntarte sobre, bueno, algo relacionado con esto. Me parece que es una película que requiere muchísimo coraje.
Okay, let me just translate that.
Yeah.
This is a film that requires a great deal of courage.
Es un film, es un retrato doloroso
It's
sobre
a
el país.
painful portrait.
Y me refiero al coraje porque creo que un retrato así doloroso y crítico
It's painful and it's critical.
en un momento como el que está viviendo Venezuela, de una supuesta utopía del siglo XXI durante ya 14
At
años.
this particular time that Venezuela is living in.
That's all. It's
So it
about,
was a statement rather than a question.
No. I wanted to ask if she ever felt doubts during the film. ¿En algún momento tuviste dudas? ¿Pensaste que un retrato como este podría, no sé, generarte problemas, o lo tenías claro? Me parece que he requerido de muchísimo coraje, y quería preguntarte si en algún momento, no sé, pensaste que se podía hacer una lectura desde un punto de vista político negativo, que podía...
No, bueno, hacer una película requiere demasiado coraje, cualquiera que ésta sea. Para mí, contar una historia sobre la herida, porque creo que estamos hablando de heridas humanas, siempre es doloroso. Para mí ha sido doloroso hacerlo. Ha sido... a ver, pero lo que más me importaba, más que ser un espejo realista, más que es abrir un espacio de conversación abrir un espacio para conversar esos espacios utópicos con los espacios reales y con el dolor que podemos llevar todos adentro sobre bien sea la intolerancia, bien sea la homofobia, bien sea el racismo, pero la intolerancia como globalización de todo eso.
Any film would take courage, not just this film. But Mariana wanted to make a film about a wound, which is a human wound, and from that point of view, it's always painful, and it was indeed painful for her to be able to make this film. More than just a realistic mirror, what she wanted to have here is she wanted to open up a space for dialogue, and it was also a dialogue between a utopian view of life and a more realistic view of life, so reality and utopia, and also it was another aspect that she wanted to deal with, which was the harm caused by intolerance, by homophobia or racism. So that in a globalized world, in a globalized manner.
But before we finish,
le cierro un momentico. Pero creo que el sentido del arte no es de ninguna manera dar respuestas. Creo que lo único que yo estoy haciendo es hacer preguntas para que busquemos un espacio para contestarlas, ¿no?
But the meaning of this, the meaning of art in general, is not to answer questions, but rather to ask questions and to open up the space that she was referring to, so that we can find some answers.
Well, I'd like to thank you both for opening up a space for us, not only with the film, but also with the discussion that you've given us after the film in the Q&A. The film, of course, won the Golden Shell at San Sebastian, and I know it's been greeted by an awful lot of praise, and it's had fantastic responses, and there's a great deal of enthusiasm about the film and about your work as filmmakers. So we would like to wish you the very best with the film, as I know you have lots of plans to tour it at many other festivals, and I really hope it gets as warm a reception as it's had here tonight. So I'd like to thank you both and wish you the very best of luck with this film. Thank you all of you.